On this week's program, Dumbgeoneer has a one intelligence take on one-to-one time. Nobleshield has shielded his good sense while misremembering the good old days, and an old school gamer encumbered his brains. That's right, folks, it's intelligence as a dump stat. Welcome to Driving and Dragons. I'm your host, Daniel, and we have a lot to be thankful for in the TTRPG world following this Thanksgiving holiday. If nothing else, we didn't embarrass ourselves too badly online this week. But that's okay. We're driving into the Christmas season, and the shilling centers of the 5e Dungeon Tuber world will certainly fill our stockings with their empty heads in the coming weeks. My next episode of Driving the Conversation is coming up not this Thursday, but next, the 11th of December, and boy do I have a special one for all of you. It will be the first and hopefully annual Dummy Awards. That's right, we will celebrate a year of stupid by awarding the coveted Triple Three trophy to several of our favorite targets. Contributors, here on Intelligence as a Dump Stat. Members and patrons, provided I can get it organized quickly enough, I'm going to drop some polls to let you vote on the winners. Everyone else, drop in the comments and let me know some good categories like the Jeffro Dumbassian Award for One True Wayism or Biggest Shill in a WotC supporting role that we can put up for these awards. Other than that, let's all hype the video, give it the thumbs up, share it with our friends, then hop in the comments to join the shenanigans. If you like what I do and want to support our mission here, consider joining on Patreon or here as a YouTube member and join the growing list of 18 statted folks listed at the end of the video. With all that covered, let's get on with the show. I don't know how long Dumbgeoneer has been around online. He's only been on X for a little over a year, and boy, as he spent that year in Jeffro Town chugging that Bro SR Flavor Aid. I've been aware of him for roughly 6 months, and it seems that he has just set up a little tiny home here as a semi-permanent resident on the series. I'm just glad that he seems to have missed that whole soup aisle phase of the bros, because if he hadn't, the dude would be dancing around looking like a Campbell's chicken noodle ad. Gotta give him props for his enthusiasm, though. He is a true believer. Like, cup in hand, waiting for the aliens behind the comet believer. This time, it was a simple statement about one-to-one timekeeping. One-to-one time takes less effort to run than variable time. This is just wrong. And idiotic. The bros can't even explain one-to-one timekeeping in a manner that the typical player can understand, and that's when they're not being assholes about it. Granted, that is sometimes like teaching basic math to a hickory stump, but in this case, the block of wood manages variable timing just fine. Why? Because variable timekeeping in TTRPGs just means that the GM picks the amount of downtime that best fits what the party wants to do and then applies it. One-to-one isn't difficult, it's no harder than making notes on a calendar, but it is still more effort than is needed to run variable time, i.e., no effort at all. This is one of the most self-defeating habits of the Bro SR, at least the way they behave online. They refuse to admit that their playstyle has both strengths and weaknesses, insisting that it is literally perfect in every way to every group with every playstyle. Most of the bros actually know better, and the loudest ones, guys like Rump and anyone with dubs in their X handle, are 90% playing the obnoxious troll when they say this crap. But I'm starting to think that Dumbgeoneer actually believes it. If he ever plays one of their Bronsteins in person, I fully expect him to arrive in a full gray wet sweatsuit with a tattoo of the cover of Broser somewhere on his face. Moving down the line a little, we find another great debate in the world of raw versus homebrew and OSR versus modern D&D. The TTRPG blogosphere has decided to debate the virtues of encumbrance rules, and that gave us fertile ground for the kind of absolutist takes that turn strong points into the comments that end up on these lists. We get our harvest courtesy of Old School Gamer. When Corpse Kings asked if encumbrance was a fun mechanic, old school gave us this. Yes, realism is fun, challenge is fun. All right, we're off to a good start. Strategizing how to work within logistical limits is fun. Okay. Whatever floats your boat, man, but I don't think I've ever heard logistics named as a form of entertainment. Being an unstable murder machine that can't even be stunned and can carry the contents of a bus on his back is not fun at all. And that's why he's here. This is just stupid. Yes, challenge is exciting and realism is a key component of immersion. But hack and slash arcade games exist for a reason. Dynasty Warriors is on Dynasty Warriors 97 at this point. And it is literally what Old School Gamer just described. A game where you run around and you're borderline invincible and you smash the button and you murder everything. While a TTRPG that is explicitly designed to feed power fantasy has a very limited shelf life and isn't particularly engaging in the long run, it is damned sure fun for a short run or something a little different to have that little, gonzo power fantasy. This is just an old man yelling at the clouds with a nice little dose of elitism on it. You damned kids, stop having fun. You don't know what you're doing is not fun. I need my back pills. Last but not least, we drift away from the world of TTRPGs to our good friend and ever vocal anti-bro, Nobleshield. Now, Noble ends up here every so often because he seems to be quite the excitable fellow. He gets a little frustrated and goes just a tad off the rails with his commentary at times and drops some real head scratchers. Like saying that we need to go back to the old internet that was not moderated, get rid of all the moderators, where we could say whatever we wanted, call people phallus cranium, and talk off topic all day. There's only one real problem here. That never actually existed. Even in the late 80s on Usenet boards, there were moderators who deleted things, set rules, and kicked people and the like. And that aside, why would you ever want this? Yeah, there's some moderators who get out of hand and are not even-handed and basically ban and kick stuff and block stuff and report stuff just because it doesn't agree with what they think is right. There's plenty of abuse out there. But no, moderation is no moderation at all. It's just an absolute dumpster fire with a feed filled with questionable pornography and even more questionable pills being sold by an African gentleman who swears it will make that thing on B-Dub's forehead grow 8 inches longer. No moderation means a flood of people from a certain Asian subcontinent constantly asking for Bob's Vagine and Apple gift cards. So, yeah, moderation, not a bad thing. It's just one of those things where there's good moderation and bad moderation, and probably focus on how to fix it and less on let's just go back to what never was, which would be awful in the first place. So, maybe think that one through a little next time there, Nobleshield. Well, that's all I got for this week, folks. I don't know what Buy Me a Coffee is, but if they ever get a Buy Me a BC headache powder, I am so there. And I will see you guys next time.